And we're live.
Good morning, and welcome to the Pete Braley Show. I'm your host, Pete Braley, along with my co-host, the show creator, the executive producer, and the other Red Sox fan who's kind of fed up this morning, I think, my son, Matt.
That's me.
Did you go with a different hat today? Were you wearing the blue hat during all of the, or have you mixed it up?
I was sticking to the blue hat.
Yeah.
I don't think I was married to it, like the superstition of it, but I was trying to stick to some sort of mojo.
Yeah. We have a fun show. We won't stay depressed here. We have a fun show planned for you today. Our goal is to simply start your day on a positive note. So if you enjoy what we do here, please hit the like button and remember to subscribe so that you won't miss any future shows. We are obviously live weekdays here on YouTube, but we're also available on all of your favorite podcast apps. So be sure to check that out.
Shout out to our podcast people.
All right. And don't forget, you can reach us anytime. Your calls and comments are welcome at 774-473-9910. 774-473-9910 is how you can reach us.
Yeah, leave us a voicemail and we can play it on the show, or maybe we can send a voicemail back. I don't know.
We could.
Maybe we'll randomly call you. Maybe we'll prank call you. I don't know.
Ask us to provide a wake-up service every morning. We could do that.
We can't do that for ourselves. So
True.
I'm going to go with no on that one.
Coming up, does anyone pass down recipes anymore? Does anyone do that? Macy's has announced they're bringing back Santa. We're slacking off here, it seems, when it comes to washing our hands. And another installment of Don't Tell Me, Florida. All of that and more coming up. Charlie's here. Good morning, Charlie.
Yes. Trisha's on her way home, though. So
yeah, she should be here anytime. Charlie had to be taken from my room last night. Matt saved my rug, I guess.
I did. Sorry, go ahead.
I have a little throw mug.
Throw mug.
I'm going to throw mugs.
Please don't do that.
I have a little throw rug by the bed, and I had gone to sleep, and he was on the bed when I went to sleep, so I thought he was settling down. Mm-hmm. But somehow, I guess he got down, and you heard his rascaliness.
Yeah, he kind of like tore apart that rug. That rug's going to be not a rug anymore.
Yeah, I think it's a goner today. Yeah. All right, Red Sox yesterday just could not hit. Framber Valdez hit a two-hit shutout, took a two-hit shutout into the seventh inning and became the first pitcher in this postseason to complete 8 innings, the first starting pitcher. He led the Houston Astros over the Sox 9-1 yesterday. It was 1-0 for the longest time, and then just the wheels fell off, huh?
Which is what happened the night before, too. It was 2-2 for the longest time. Yeah.
So Houston has a 3-2 lead in the American League Championship Series, and if you're not familiar, what that means is the Red Sox have to win the last 2.
Yeah. So my prediction no longer can be true.
Right. Mine's long gone.
It has to be Sox in 7.
Yeah.
Gail did say you both look really down. Cheer up, just a game. I'm going to be honest. You probably shouldn't tell somebody that cares this much about the Red Sox that it's just a game. It makes me more depressed.
Let me ask an older Sox fan that might be watching. This feels familiar, doesn't it? It's like, let down. Because before 2004, when the Sox turned it around and won the World Series, a few of them since 2004, they would always build us up and let us down. Build us up and let us down.
I'm not counting us out yet, though. We don't typically win. There hasn't, like, the 2013 World Series, I think we were down in the ALCS. That might have been the ALDS, I don't remember.
Right.
But, against the Tigers. Yes. Like, we don't like, I mean, look at all the games in the ALDS we played. We would, like, let them come back, and then, nope, psych, hit a walk-off. Like, we just, they want to make us upset just so they can cheer us up. So I'm not counting us out yet.
All right.
With the frickin' Red Sox, man.
Yeah. And Gail will try to cheer up for the rest of the show.
We'll try.
Okay.
It's not just a game, though.
The National League, the Atlanta Braves beat the Dodgers 9-2, so they lead that series 3-1. So we'll see how that plays out. On the calendar, it is Thursday, October 21st. This is show number 87. We are 10 days until Halloween, 17 days until we change the clocks, 35 days until Thanksgiving, 60 days until someone's birthday. Woo! And 65 days until Christmas. I'll have to ask you sometime how you felt about having your birthday that close to Christmas. We'll get into that.
I've been on this planet for 22 years.
Yeah.
You haven't asked me before?
It's National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day, and I think I'll pass. I mean, I like cheesecake. I'm just not I'm not even crazy about pumpkin pie, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't really know what the cheesecake would taste like. Yeah. Maybe I would try it.
Yeah.
I'm not turned away from it.
It's National Reptile Awareness Day, and I'm aware I don't like reptiles.
Yeah.
And I would tell you, I think I did tell you that I was at Sea Lab one summer, and I went and they had reptiles. They had snakes there one day. This group that goes around and gives educational talks on snakes. Mm-hmm. And I interviewed this guy with a snake around his neck. And he said, "Do you want to hold him?" And I said, "No, that's close enough."
Yeah, I don't really do snakes. Don't do spiders.
Yeah. It's National Get Smart About Credit Day. Get smart about credit.
I was kind of hoping it was something about the movie Get Smart.
Oh,
good movie. But yeah, you definitely get smart about your credit too. That's a good piece of advice.
And it's Get to Know Your Customers Day.
Nah.
Who cares?
Well, when it comes to like retail. Nah.
Yeah. Okay. You're past that.
Yeah, no getting to know the customers there.
On the date book today, on this day in 1964, the film version of My Fair Lady premiered in New York. Elton John was given a star in Hollywood on this day in 1975. And I kind of want to hold off for a second because somebody's got his ears
He's
up.
very, very perked up, ready to go.
Charlie is at full attention right now, sitting up straight. We just got down from the couch because he thinks he's here. Oh, there goes the tail. I'm doing play-by-play of Trish coming home. Trish is home. And she's loving Charlie. Do you like Charlie more than the rest of us?
Nah.
It's close?
You all right.
Yeah. What's the matter? He says, I know Matt.
Don't knock. Oh,
I know Matt has a treat.
How do you always know I have these?
I don't know. I even tried to sneak it in here this time. All right, you got your treats. You got your mom. Life is good.
There we go.
So, how was your night? Did you sleep?
Yeah, till 5.
She slept till 5.
There we go.
Did you go to bed at 4, though, is the question.
12:30.
12:30 to 5.
Plenty of sleep.
That's considered a good night.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the cookies we have, Charlie.
Yeah, I don't have.
We only had one today because I knew Mom was coming home.
I think Trish knows where they are, though. So,
yep.
Why don't you show her? By the way, have fun looking at the rug next to.
Yeah, he enjoyed the rug upstairs next to my bed. Yeah. Okay. So, it is October. What is it today? October 21st, and it was on this day in 1975 that Carlton Fisk came to the plate late at night, and then this.
I'm not prepared.
Not prepared. And then this.
And Fisk will lead it off, has a single and has walked twice. And the wind blowing out. There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run. We will have a 7th game in this 1975 World Series. A lot of body English for Carlton Fisk. Watch him.
How many steps does he take? 1. He waits to see it. Get over. Get over.
He knew it. There it is.
We're good.
What a day that was. What a night. As church bells rang throughout his hometown of New Hampshire. As
they actually rang?
Yeah, they rang church bells like at midnight because he had done that. So, that was a home run. We beat the Reds 7-6 in Game 6 of the World Series. Unfortunately, they took Game 7, but we were happy that night. Celebrity birthdays. Whitey Ford was born on this day in 1928. He died last year. Carrie Fisher was born on this day in 1956. She died in 2016. Kim Kardashian is 41 today. And baseball's Zach Greinke, who pitches for Houston, he is 38. So that's it for today. Who's checking in? Do we have folks with us this morning?
Let's see. Gail's here. Gary's here. Justin's here. Good morning, y'all. Diane's here. Good morning.
Okay.
And Gary said, yes, don't tell me Florida. Justin also said, we heart Trish. We do heart Trish.
We do heart Trish.
Yes,
we do. Yeah. She's looking lovely. She had her hair done the other day, and it's still holding after only getting 5 hours sleep last night. You know,
does hair typically not hold?
Well, you don't
get less sleep.
Well, you know how? No, I shouldn't say with sleep. Although some of us used to wake up with bedhead. But I mean, you know how when you go to the hairstylist or the barber, your hair looks fantastic when you come home. Mm-hmm. Can you ever reproduce that though? You know, because they always give you a good look, and they've got 2 hands to sell your hair. You really only have one.
We do have. Last time I checked, 1, 2. We do have 2 hands.
Maybe it's their angle.
Okay,
they have a better angle. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, that did sound stupid.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
I'm trying to save myself. All right, time for our football pick tonight, Thursday Night Football, which, by the way, Joe Buck is doing.
Yay.
He mentioned during the game yesterday he had to hop on a plane to go to Cleveland to do the game tonight. Then he has to go to Houston. So, yeah, those of you who said he's got the craziest schedule, you're right. Denver's at Cleveland. I read this morning that Baker Mayfield will not play.
No, it's Case Keenum.
Yeah.
Good old Case Keenum.
Baker's got something. It's a shoulder injury, something to do with a labrum. I need Kat Ordena to explain.
I'm putting it in the chat, too. You guys can vote. Who's going to win tonight?
Who's going to win? Yeah. I was leaning towards Denver even before I heard that Baker Mayfield would be out, so I'm going to go with the Broncos.
This is a tough one. Case Keenum is a backup quarterback that, could play well. Mm-hmm. He could. He played for the Vikings for a little while. I think he even started for the Vikings for a little while.
Yes, he did.
And he played pretty good. The Jarvis Landry might come back. Odell's probably sitting out.
I am 1 game ahead in
You are.
contest.
This is a tough one. This is like the battle of the injuries. I'll probably go Broncos, too. I'm going to go Broncos.
Okay. Yeah. You can let us know what you think.
I think the Browns have a lot of injuries at running back, too. I don't think Nick Chubb's playing.
Oh.
And Kareem Hunt's. Oh, well, Nick Chubb, I think he hasn't been playing. Kareem Hunt's out. They're on their 3rd string running back. Eesh. Receivers, everybody's injured.
Yeah, it sucks when that happens.
We'll see. I'm going Broncos.
Time for today's random question, which, by the way, we got a lot of answers yesterday. I should go back to that. What was your favorite, today's question, what's your favorite board game? What's your favorite board game? Or maybe we should say your top 3. If you can't come up with one,
okay,
give us a top 3.
That's fair.
All right. Our question yesterday, if I can scoot back to it here on Facebook.
Scoot on back, Pete.
I normally have these all typed up and prepared for you.
You do. What would you do? What were you doing yesterday? TikToking, as Trish would accuse you of?
I don't know if I was TikToking.
You were most likely TikToking.
Yesterday's question was about your favorite. What album could you listen to and never get bored with? John said, any Moody Blues. Vin said, Jethro Tull's Thick as a Brick. Tom Stewart said, Van Halen 1. All right. Missy said, Get Your Wings. I'm not sure what that album is. I didn't look that one up. Steve said Springsteen's Greatest Hits. Rita said listening to it as we speak. Hamilton, the original Broadway cast. Teddy said Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Live Bullet. Trisha said any Kane Brown. She was the one that wanted to meet Kane Brown.
Get Your Wings is a Aerosmith album.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I did look this one up. Gene said Daniel O'Donnell's Greatest Hits. And I thought, who is Daniel? He's an Irish singer.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like an Irish tenor. So, sounded pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. So, those were the answers we got yesterday. What album could you listen to?
I never actually answered the question on the show.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Right. You
we
brought
got to
that
the
up.
end of the show, and I was like, I don't think I actually said one.
Okay.
And I don't know if I actually have a go-to answer or not. I probably should have prepared one now. Currently, right now, Ryan Hurd has a new album called Pelago.
Okay.
So that's what I've been jamming lately.
All right, some Ryan Hurd.
Yes.
I also mentioned on one of my posts yesterday that I also like Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. I can listen to that over and over again. James Taylor's Greatest Hits. I can listen to that. So
what's really interesting is like hearing all the Greatest Hits albums, like as a favorite album.
Yes.
Because it's like my current favorite artists, like they're not close to putting out Greatest Hits albums
right.
yet.
They don't have those yet.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
It's kind of funny. Just calling you old. That's okay.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Oh,
here.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Cool,
we got a
cool.
good one today. Yeah.
Nice.
So what's your favorite board game? Let us know in the chat, all right? In the news today, a source claims that Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg will announce a name change for the company next week, if not sooner. The supposed name is meant to signal the tech giant's ambition to be known for more than social media. So it's not going to be called Facebook anymore? The parent company would continue to oversee Instagram and WhatsApp. Industry website NextWeb says the rebranding makes sense, but it also stinks of a PR stunt based on Facebook's recent troubles. I'm curious. What are they going to... Will Facebook still be a thing, or are they going to expect us to start calling it something else?
They'll probably try and get you to call it something else.
Right. Whether or not it'll stick. The classic Fisher-Price toy rotary phone is getting a modern upgrade so that it actually works. Now, we're talking about this phone. We got one of those for Liam. The toy company, and I remember when Mom bought that, I said, he's not going to know what that is.
True.
But he started walking around with the thing up to his ear.
This is why you should buy him it, though, because now he can remember.
The phone is available for pre-order at bestbuy.com while supplies last. It's only $60, which I don't think is a lot.
For a toy, though?
Well, yeah, but it works.
I know, but why do they need a phone that works?
Yeah. The toy phone sells for $9.99. So, the phone connects to your smartphone through Bluetooth. It allows you to make and receive calls directly from the toy. They call that the chatter, by the way.
Your kids are going to be calling all of your contacts. Who came up with this idea? Like, is this a toy for the kids or the parents?
I would think the parents being
why is the
nostalgia.
kid calling? I mean, I guess you could set it up so it's like, okay, call Auntie
Grammy.
Kat. Yeah, call Grammy, and Liam picks up the phone. I don't know. That's kind of stupid.
Macy's announced it is bringing back Santa at its New York, San Francisco, and Chicago locations. However, visitors must make an appointment to meet with Santa in order to allow for social distancing. The visits are available for free throughout the holiday season. According to the Macy's website, additional safety measures will include face coverings for staff, increased cleaning procedures for all high-touch surfaces, and a reimagined Santa experience to allow for safer visits. There will also be a virtual experience for those who cannot make it to any of those locations. So you can do it virtually. And in an effort to get more young people to pray, the Vatican has launched a $110 wearable digital rosary called the Click to Pray e-rosary. Looks like this. Sit on the charger, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
The Click to Pray e-rosary links to a mobile app that becomes activated when the user makes the sign of the cross. The new e-rosary serves as a technology-based teaching tool to help young people pray the rosary. Once the device is activated, users can choose whether they want to pray a standard rosary, is it contemplative rosary, or one of the thematic rosaries, which are updated yearly. The smart rosary keeps track and displays the user's progress and tracks when each rosary is completed.
This is just a way to make money, right? I mean, we don't need to get into it, but I mean, it's a way to make money. Right?
I would think so.
Or is that the way Jesus intended?
Yeah, right.
Maybe.
What would Jesus do?
Yeah.
There's a funny, speaking of TikTok, there's a funny TikTok about, if Jesus were around with what we have now. I mean, of course Jesus is around, but I mean, if he was walking the planet in 2021, using a smartphone, I'm gonna go to Lazarus. Oh, you get the GPS. Okay, go this way. There's another one where Jesus gets in an Uber.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's funny.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
As long as it's funny to you.
So I just amused myself.
Well, that's what's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do people pass down recipes anymore? More people are relying on the internet for cooking guidance than their family. A recent study looked at people's food knowledge and found that more people turn to YouTube and food blogs for culinary tips and tricks instead of calling friends or family. While half of Americans rely on TV shows for the latest food trends, alternatives like social media and online blogs are nearly as popular as the average person follows at least 4 food-related accounts on TikTok and other special platforms, social platforms. I only follow one guy on TikTok that has food stuff.
I don't follow any food-related people on TikTok.
Oh, no?
Yeah. I mean, I don't cook that much.
Well, you don't cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's mainly it. But what is it? You mentioned TV shows. What's that? There's a new one on Netflix, like Great British Bake Off or something.
I think
and it's
that's
like
what
the
it's
new
called.
craze. I haven't seen it.
Oh, is it?
I haven't seen it, though. Everyone's obsessing over it.
I am not into TV food shows. I don't. Yeah. What is it? Is it the Food Network? Is that what they have out there?
Yeah. There is a Food Network.
I don't watch it. I know people. Mom tells me that around the ambulance barracks or whatever where they hang out, that a lot of the guys, they are addicted to these food shows.
See, for me, I don't know. It would just make me hungry. Do those shows not just make you hungry? And then you're watching someone make like a souffle, and I'm sitting there eating goldfish crackers. Like what? that doesn't sound enjoyable to me.
I do get probably most of my recipes from Pinterest.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I think Sarah got me hooked on Pinterest, and yeah, I go through it and I say, "Oh, that looks good," and I click on it, see how much work is involved. Because that's another thing on the Pete scale. It must have only a few ingredients so that I don't have to go crazy, and it must be relatively easy to cook.
Mm-hmm. And then it's funny because like you, Sarah, and Kat pass down recipes with each other that you get from Pinterest. So I mean, I don't know if that counts.
That could be sharing recipes.
Maybe slightly.
I did ask my daughter Kat yesterday. She was here when I found this story, and I asked her. I said, "Did we hand down recipes?" And she said, "You did when I first moved out. When she and Josh moved into an apartment.
Yeah.
She was always getting recipes." And she did say, for the holidays, we have Nana's fudge recipe.
That's true.
So we have handed that down.
Yep. And then, Trish has her chocolate chip cookie recipe, but it's funny, the two Southern siblings, they never try and make the chocolate chip cookies. Whenever Trish is down, they're like, hey, why don't you make the chocolate chip cookies?
They go out and buy all the ingredients, but they're like, hey, Mom, while you're here, you want to make cookies?
The best is when they don't buy the ingredients, and they're like, hey, Ma, do you want to make cookies? And she's like, sure, did you get the ingredients? And they're like, no. And we're like, okay, to the store.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So did anybody respond to that as far as handing down recipes?
Justin did say some of the cooks on TikTok make absolutely delicious looking dishes.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tongue twister, but nailed it. Nailed it. Let's see. Diane said, I'm 60, so I do use my great-grandmother's, G-Mom's and Mom's recipes, but I also use the internet to make them healthier.
Okay.
In quotes, healthier.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, I feel like if there's a staple recipe, like Nana's fudge, Trish's chocolate chip cookies, I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, Trish has a Word document. Very tech-savvy of Trish. I'll give her that. She has a Word document of all of her recipes.
Yep. And she goes to it, probably around the holidays.
Around the holidays.
Is when she goes to it the most to get the cookie recipes.
Yeah, because I mean, the main things like, I don't know, like cakes, cookies, and all that stuff, she's got that memorized. But like the special Christmas cookies, that stuff she's got.
And those
Nana's fudge recipe, that's in there.
Those recipes were handed down.
Yeah.
She used to have them. I can remember she used to have them handwritten on little index cards.
I know she digitalized, whatever the word you want to insert there.
Yeah.
But she did that, which surprised me. She would be the person to keep it on like a concrete slab. It's like the 10 Commandments and then Trish's recipes, all concrete slabs.
Yes.
But it's on the computer.
I do have to say that the internet is just a huge help when cooking, because a lot of times you'll get what does 2 cups equal, when you're trying to figure out that. Or the other day I was cooking something where I needed Parmesan cheese and we had no Parmesan cheese. So I went to Google and I said, what's a substitute for Parmesan cheese?
They probably told you a different type of cheese, right?
Yeah, they did. They told me cheeses that I don't even...
I mean, sometimes, though, there's like, what can I use instead of cinnamon? And they're like, Velveeta cheese. And you're like, perfect. And they're like, it'll taste exactly the same.
Not so much.
Oh, okay. No. I don't cook.
But it did say that, and I apologize if I'm getting this wrong. It did say I could use mozzarella, but it was not as tangy or something like that. So I just added more.
I did notice. Oh,
you did
This
notice.
was the... I'm trying to think of what meal it would have been. I don't even know. The chicken the other night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it did taste a little less tangy.
Less tangy?
What did you say it was going to be?
Tangy, yes.
It would be more tangy?
No, be less tangy.
Okay, it was definitely less tangy.
Definitely
less
tangy,
tangy, yeah.
But there was another time it said something like you could add salt to it. So I added salt to the cheese, and it came out okay. It wasn't an exact substitute.
There you go. Diane said, old whoopie pie and scones, for instance, I do not use lard as an ingredient.
Oh.
Isn't the concept of lard, like I just remember seeing like TV shows and stuff that would like pick on fast food restaurants, and it's just like a tub of lard.
Yeah, and they get a scoop of it and put it down, right?
Oh God. Anyways, Gail said we have a few recipes passed down. It's not written though. It's in our heads. Measurements are random. No measuring cups or spoons needed.
Wow.
You got to be a good cook though, right? I mean, if you pass that recipe to me, I would butcher it.
I think Mom said her grandmother, who raised her, I think Mom said that her grandmother used to do things like that. No measurements, just put in some salt, some pepper, and like how much?
Well, that's
just a dash.
That's when you become like a true chef, right? Is when you can taste like what it needs.
Yeah,
like you
I
taste
guess.
the sauce and you're like, it needs cinnamon.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Don't put cinnamon in your sauces, people. It was a joke.
Did you come up with cinnamon?
You give me a pasta with cinnamon sauce, I will not only send it back, I might throw it at you. I'm going to be honest.
Homework after the show. Is there cinnamon sauce?
No.
Okay.
We're all set. Justin said, will we see a Pete Braley Show cook-off special?
A cook-off special?
I would lose, though. Like, we're not... If it was like you versus Trish, you guys both cook. That might be interesting.
Okay.
But you and me, I mean...
Yeah.
I just said put Velveeta cheese instead of cinnamon. I don't think I...
What could you cook? Would you...
Here's the thing. I'm good at following directions. I could look up a recipe on the internet and cook it.
We have gone away for a week, and he's been
survive.
Here. Yes, you survive.
Yeah. I do have like oven pizzas on certain days, but I survive. I know how to make Alfredo.
Cool.
Very basic Alfredo. I don't make my own sauce. Like literally just pasta and a jar of Alfredo. Yeah, I know how to make that. I know how to saute some kielbasa, throw that in.
Okay. Yeah, he survives. Yeah, he gets it done.
It's not the fanciest thing, but it works.
All right, if there was any doubts, I'm old. I told you we'd be getting to this.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Let's see how you factor in. I found this list that says, if you have ever done any of these things, you are officially old. I think I've done most of them. Number one is having to get up to change the channel on the television.
See, at first, when I read this, I thought it meant, like, if you're still doing these things, you're old. And I was like, who still gets up to change the channel? But now I get where it's coming from now.
If you have ever had to physically remove your car's stereo to stop it from getting stolen, you're old.
Have you?
I don't think I ever had one that was worth stealing.
Oh.
I think I just had the car.
I had to.
Yeah. No, because you don't do that anymore.
Well, I did have my first Jeep didn't lock. So someone could have easily stolen whatever they wanted.
Yep.
Whatever they wanted, but no, I didn't.
This one I didn't understand, so I looked it up. If you have ever eaten ice cream out of a toilet paper roll, and I thought, what? So then I Googled ice cream toilet paper roll, and do you have it?
Yep.
I've had these.
See, that looks I think I've had that too.
A little push up from the bottom.
Is it actually a toilet paper roll?
Well, look at it. Doesn't it look like it?
Yeah, but I hope they didn't use up all their toilet paper and then they're like, well, what am I going to do with this now? Yeah. I have an idea. Like, I hope not.
If you have almost caused a 15-car pileup while trying to find the perfect CD, you are old. We used to have binders. Do you remember that?
I remember like the concept of it. I was pretty young when the CD game was kind of like tapering off.
Okay.
Like my prime of listening to music began with the iPod.
Okay. So you vaguely remember that.
Yes.
If you had to set the TV to channel 3 just to watch movies, you're old. Your VCR
Yeah.
Yeah, the only way you could access your VCR is put the TV on channel 3.
See, I remember putting the TV on channel 3, but I don't remember it for that.
Yeah.
What else was channel 3 used for? Did that used to be like the local cable channel or something? I don't think so. I think that's always been 9.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I remember putting the TV on channel 3.
If you have driven a car that needed 2 keys just to unlock the doors and then get it running, you're old.
That's just who came up with that bright idea?
There was 1 key for the door and the trunk, right? And then there was another key for the ignition.
Now, was that their goal for safety reasons, or did they not have the capability of making the same key? Were they like, maybe if the inside key gets stolen, well, at least they can't get in and use it? Or if they only have the outside key. I don't know.
I have no answer for that. I don't know.
It's weird.
If you still have a mouthful of scars from blow pops, you're old. I was never into blow pops, really. If you've ever yelled, "Get off the internet, I need to use the phone," you're old.
Yeah, that's another thing that like tapered off.
Yeah.
When I was young.
Didn't it used to cost extra money to actually get like a different wire or something?
To do both?
Yeah. I can't remember. If you have ever waited days for your pictures to be developed only to find out they were all of your thumb, you might be old. My mom had a wonderful habit of cutting off everyone's head. Have I mentioned that before? She would take pictures of the kids, and you would see they had nice shoes, but you couldn't see their head.
Well, that's okay. Maybe we're all ugly. Maybe she did it on purpose.
If you ever said, "Call me back after 9 when my phone is free," you're old.
That was before I had a phone.
Yeah. You should get better rates at night. If you ever slammed a phone down to end an argument, you're old. I told you yesterday I broke a phone at work.
I kind of miss that. Like, I feel like, I don't miss like we have a house phone.
Hang up on someone anymore.
I know, like, just phones in general are just kind of like, you watch The Office and they got their phones like you used to have, and it's like you kind of want one.
Kind of want one?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just get the toy one, the $60 toy one. Then I can slam it.
If you played N64 on a greasy controller in a McDonald's, you're old. Was that a Nintendo 64?
So, I know nothing about that. I didn't know McDonald's had that.
I didn't know. Did they have that? I don't remember game systems at McDonald's. If you have ever used AskJeeves.com, you're old. I've done that.
I have no idea what that is.
That was a precursor to Google.
Oh.
Yeah. If you wanted to know something, you would ask Jeeves.
Stinks to be them, right?
And you go to this website. Yeah.
They came up with the idea first, and
Google wiped them out.
Yeah. That stinks.
If you've ever spent hours waiting for a song to download, you're old. Yeah. Used to take.
See, that's one I kind of remember.
You remember that?
Well, because that was like the iPod
watching
days.
the little blue line.
Yep.
Yeah. If you have printed out directions only to get immediately lost, you're old. We used to use MapQuest all the time.
Yeah.
When you and your sisters were playing tournaments. Mm-hmm. How do we get to the field?
And Doug. Doug doesn't classify in the group as my sisters. Sometimes he does.
But yeah, trying to find the softball complex in Rehoboth. I don't know. If you have ever taken batteries from every single thing in your house to just get 20 more minutes of Game Boy time, you're old.
Yeah, we would take.
We still did that the other day, though, didn't we? For what? Oh, we were playing Wii Sports, right?
When you do the same thing that I do, you use the phrase "the other day" when it was like weeks ago. I do that too, though. I will literally refer to something from like 6 years ago as the other day. Like I'll do that on a regular basis.
Yeah, it was end of July, right? When Sarah was here for your graduation.
So months ago.
Ago.
Yeah. But yes, we did that. We took it out of the remote.
If you have ever fished the newspaper out of the recycling bin to find out movie times, you're old. Well, we didn't really get it out of the recycling bin because recycling wasn't a thing back then, I don't think.
Wow.
If you have ever spent 10 minutes typing a text through T9,
Now, is T9 what they refer to the numbers and having 3 letters on each number?
Oh, yes. That must be it.
Yeah. I never had, my first phone was already past that phase.
Right.
Luckily,
Oh, that was used to be
I didn't
a
have to
pain.
deal with that.
Remember that? To get a C, you had to press the one button 3 times.
I think it was
A, B,
actually
C.
didn't A start on 2?
Oh, did it?
I think.
Okay.
I don't know actually.
If you have ever stalked the radio waiting for the perfect time to record your favorite song, you're old. And if you carefully unfolded the lyric book from a cassette so that you could learn the words, you're old.
See, that's something like cassettes or CDs, like getting the physical thing. That's why I think everyone likes vinyl now. I don't even think it's so that they can play the vinyl. I think it's just cool. It's cool having physical music. Like that part's cool.
And reading
the design.
What
and
are they called?
The credits,
liner notes.
The liner notes. All the credits. The everything. Yeah.
That's probably a good reason.
That's kind of cool.
So,
I mean, streaming is convenient though, but still.
So is most of our audience old? I'm sure you can relate to a couple of those.
I mean, I'm 22. I related to a couple.
Oh, you're old. He's giving me the look of, really now?
They can probably see.
Really now?
Kat says she remembers the binders of CDs. She also said we had to put the TV on Channel 3 at Nana's house when we would watch movies. Maybe that's what I'm remembering.
Yeah.
I feel like there was something else to put.
And then
the TV
Nana
on
would
Channel
call
3.
me later that night because she couldn't get it back to the normal setting. Did the kids leave it on Channel 3, Mom?
Diane said to switch between TV, streaming, or DVD, I have to change the HDMI. Isn't that similar to using Channel 3 in a way? Kind of.
Yeah, you're right.
In a way, yeah. But yeah, that's true. Back to you.
All right. Evidently, we're slacking.
We're slacking?
Yeah, we're slacking when it comes to washing our hands. People today are not washing their hands as often as they did at the beginning of the pandemic. And many are wondering, should I still be washing my hands more often?
Yes.
It was a good lesson to learn. I mean, just even if there is no pandemic, it was a good lesson to learn that you need to wash your... And people are still... Last time we went to... The other day when we went to Virginia...
the other day, yeah.
You know what I'm getting at?
Yep.
Yeah.
Rest stops.
Guys walk right out of the rest stop. I'm like, you didn't wash your hands, dude.
That's why we always joke around, like the little kids that like call people out on there. Like,
yes.
Like, Dad, that man didn't wash his hands. We should have one of those kids posted up in every bathroom across America.
I'd pay him.
Like, give him a job to just call out these grimy ass people.
So the answer, as we said, yes, you should still be washing your hands. Yes, because you probably weren't washing your hands nearly as often as you should have been before the pandemic. An epidemiologist says, on average, people touch their mouth, nose, or eyes upwards of 20 times an hour.
Yeah.
I never realized how often I, just like did that or that or...
That's why I wash my hands an ungodly amount of times.
See?
Which is why we're approaching the winter season. My hands will be chalkboards.
Oh, yes.
So bad. But I wash my hands so much because I can't resist touching my face. Like it just happens.
And Mom actually gets cuts in her fingers.
Yeah, we both have really dry hands.
Because and being at work, all the times that they wash their hands and sanitize their hands and everything. So she found. I'll have to ask her because she did find some cream that helps.
Working hands.
Working hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say the worst thing is when you have dry hands in the winter and you have to use hand sanitizer. Because it gets in the cracks of your hands. And, no worst pain.
No.
But yeah, we always talk about handshakes, whether or not handshakes should come back. If that's the case and people aren't washing their hands again, don't even try to shake my hand.
Try. Before the pandemic, most people did not wash their hands enough. Men, in particular, were less likely than women to remember to wash their hands. That's a good thing. Ladies, because we always talk about guys leaving the restroom without washing their hands. Do women do it as much?
Trish tells me that there are some grimy people at rest stops as well.
Okay. One survey found that only around 40% of people reported washing their hands 6 or more times a day.
More.
Only around 40%. You're more?
Way more.
Yeah, I probably am too. The CDC and public health experts often repeat that the first line of defense against the spread of coronavirus is washing your hands with soap and water. And this is the other key, for at least 20 seconds. Or aren't you supposed to sing happy birthday to you Like twice? Is that?
I think so. I think it's twice. I remember in elementary school that we had like a thing. The nurse would teach you how to wash your hands. The whole class would go into the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's very annoying.
You sit here and think, teach me to wash my hand. But if you're not exposed to it at home.
Clearly it didn't work, though.
Yeah.
Apparently we need more lessons.
I guess
All right,
so.
schools. I will say, though, if you try and shake my hand and you don't wash your hands, I will smack you in the face with my perfectly clean hands. Okay? So try me.
How about the guy that coughs maybe into his hand, not his elbow, right? Mm-hmm. And then he goes to shake your hand. It's like, dude, what did you just...
So many people cough in their hands. And I mean, if you're at home by yourself and like you're not going to like do what you want to do if you want to cough in your hands, then you can wash your hands. But if you're in public and you're still coughing in your hands... But I don't even care if we're pre-pandemic. Like, just like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Or people that sneeze in their hands. Like, some people legitimately sneeze like this. What is wrong with you? You don't deserve to interact with the public.
Supposed to do this, right?
Yeah, you have to be locked in your house for the rest of your life if you do that. Gross.
And I don't know. Is there a way to stop yourself from like touching your nose and face?
It's a habit. So it'd be really... See, it's a habit. So in order to break a habit, you got to do it. I think it takes...
21 days, I've heard?
21 days to make a habit, but it takes longer than that to break a habit.
Oh.
So the problem with that is it's an unnoticeable habit. So like if you... I don't know, if you have a habit of... What's a bad habit somebody can have?
A bad habit?
Yeah.
What do you mean, like smoking or...
I don't know.
Picking your nose? Or?
Sure. Well, no, that's another tough one. I don't know. If you have a bad habit, but it's like something that you can easily identify, this one, it's like you probably touch your face a million times a day. You don't even notice it.
I just did.
So how do you break a habit when you can't be like, oh, I'm not supposed to do that?
Can be aware of it.
That's the tough part. You would need someone to follow you around. You would need one of those children to be like, hey, you just touched your face.
Do you have a young child that would like to make a few bucks?
This is weird.
What? Asking for young children.
Ignore what he just said. We will now be looking for a grown adult to point out when Pete touches his face.
Sounds like a good time to move on.
Yeah.
Hey, today's fascinating fact: the hashtag symbol or the pound sign is not called the hashtag signal or the pound sign. Its technical name is octothorpe. It's an octothorpe. The octo means 8 to refer to its points. Because there are 8 points on a hashtag.
Sounds like the monster from a really bad sci-fi film.
Octothorpe.
Yep.
People disagree on where Thorpe came from. Some claim it was named after Olympian Jim Thorpe, while others argue that it's just a nonsense suffix. But the hashtag or pound sign is really an octothorpe. Today's fascinating fact.
Kat did say biting your nails. Yeah, that would probably be a good habit.
Okay,
that you could notice yourself doing.
Right.
And stop it.
You'd be aware of it.
Touching your face, I don't know about that.
Yeah. All right, back to today's random question. A few minutes ago, the other day, I asked you, what is your favorite board game? Or if you can't really come up with one, give me your top 3. So...
Let's see. Kat did ask me, what was the game we played when we were kids? It had like Disney questions, but there was a DVD we had to use. Yes, it was called Disney Seen It.
Oh, Seen It, right.
And we used to play that all the time to the point where it wasn't fun anymore because we knew all of the questions. But yes, so that is a good one. I do miss that game. I wonder if we still have it.
And there were a number of versions, right? It wasn't just Disney.
Oh no, they have Seen It for everything. There's like just normal Seen It.
Right.
It's like Monopoly nowadays. There's a Monopoly for anything. There's probably a Monopoly for the 2020 election. Like I guarantee it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you think we still haven't seen it?
I don't know. Trish, you out there?
She ain't out there.
Oh, what a disappointment. Well, yeah, we'll have to look. We'll let you know.
Ask, yeah,
maybe we'll play Disney Seen It live on the Pete Braley Show. Kat, you'll just have to come over at 8 a.m. Justin said, top 3, Trouble, Sorry, Monopoly. Never been a huge Trouble guy, but I don't think I've given that.
That's the one with the popper, right?
I don't think I've given that game a fair chance.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back to you on Trouble. I need to play a couple. Who's trying to come over and play some Trouble today?
I do like Trouble, and I do like Sorry.
Yeah.
I told you, I think, that I'm not a Yahtzee fan. There's too much math.
See, for the longest time, I never played Yahtzee because it just didn't seem, like you said, there's a lot of math. It just didn't seem like a go-to board game. I knew nothing about it. And then Josh, actually, Kat's fiance, is big Yahtzee fan. He comes from a big Yahtzee family.
Oh, all right.
They introduced us to the game, and I love it. It's a great game.
Okay.
Because it has a little bit, it's like poker's involved because you got like full house and stuff like that. So like poker hands are involved a little bit.
Right.
And then there's math, but there's also a little bit of risk because you choose where to allocate your points. So a lot of thinking goes into Yahtzee.
Okay.
Not for, your IQ isn't quite there for
Wait a minute.
anyways, Monopoly. Do people love or hate Monopoly? There is no in between.
Yeah.
Is what I've found. I enjoy Monopoly.
That's true. I do too. Just the fact that it can take so long, though.
I want to set up a night. Who wants to come play some Monopoly? We spend the whole night playing Monopoly.
Game night.
Someone let me know.
All right.
I think we mentioned this. We had Red Sox Monopoly. It was
Yes,
from
we
the
did.
2004 World Series.
Yep.
You could like buy David Ortiz,
That was so
which
cool.
looking back seems quite wrong if you think about it. So I'd like to apologize. Anyways, my top games.
Charlie's registering his, I think.
Do you have some?
I do like Sorry,
Yeah.
like Justin was saying.
Sorry's a simple one, but man, is
Yep.
that a good one?
Yep, I do like Sorry, and I like Trouble. I haven't played Trouble in a long time. So,
I need to play some Trouble.
yeah. Also
You want to know what I
Monopoly.
wish I played more?
What?
Chess. Kind of a nerd thing to say, but
Right.
I think the key to growing up is admitting your nerd qualities. Everyone has them, you just don't admit them.
Was it your brother who learned? Doug and I used to play chess.
You
I
did.
think.
You guys
Yeah.
used to play chess a lot.
And then you came along, and I was too tired.
There it is.
I don't know.
Too much of a
old.
handful, I guess. Scrabble, I think, needs to be.
Oh
up
yes,
there, though.
Scrabble does.
That's a Braley staple, a Braley family staple.
I think I would put Scrabble ahead of Monopoly, just because Monopoly takes so long.
Scrabble
you know?
can take some time, but definitely
Yeah.
not as long as Monopoly.
Okay.
I just want to get a group of people that plays Monopoly like the right way.
What's
A lot of the times when you play
the
Monopoly,
right way?
you don't always get to like the hotels, like buying the buildings and stuff.
Right.
We don't get
We
that
don't
far.
get that far.
Yeah.
It's tired. It's late.
So, like, I wanna get into that. I wanna kick you out of my condo. I haven't played Monopoly in a while. I don't really know what you do. Let's see. Gail said for games Malarkey and Trivial Pursuit. I've never played either one of those.
Malarkey. Trivial Pursuit was fun. Yeah. Malarkey though.
What about card games? What card games are people liking? I like poker. I like playing poker.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm a big poker fan.
I can never remember what is what. You know,
We give
what's a
Trish-
flush? What's a
We give Trish a cheat sheet, so
Yeah.
we can give you the same cheat sheet.
Okay.
It's frustrating playing with Trish though, and I think this just goes for all beginners because when you play poker a lot and you know poker, you like try and be slick with it. But when you're playing with people that don't care really,
Yeah, really.
you can't really do that.
Okay.
So like Trish randomly wins, and it's the most infuriating thing. Like she ran literally one time. I was like, I thought I won. I thought I had a really good hand. I don't remember what I had. I put it down. She had like a straight flush, and she just put her cards down. She was like, I don't have anything.
I don't have
She had a
anything.
straight. I'm like,
See, that would be me. I wouldn't know what I was holding.
but we gave her a cheat sheet. I think you might know because we give you a cheat sheet. You can see what's going on. She had the cheat sheet. She still didn't know that she won. I feel like she doesn't deserve it at that point.
I used to be a big rummy guy. I used to play rummy a lot. But that was about it.
Let's see if we got any more. They're kind of mixed in everywhere. So if I missed any, type it again right now.
What are your favorite games?
But yeah, for me, probably Scrabble. Poker's up there. What are the? We would play a game. Cat, what was it called? Well, we played a game called BS. The full name's obviously what BS means.
Right.
That's a fun one. Spoons was a good one. I haven't played Spoons in a while, but Spoons is a good card game. Cat said Uno. Cat and Justin said Uno.
Uno's fun.
Uno's a good game.
It's supposed to be to get those draw 4 cards.
And then one time we thought it was slick. You have cards that you can like customize. Put your own wild card direction on it.
Oh.
I think one time we put like a draw 10. The game just would never end. Like it was the longest game. I don't know if Kat remembers that.
Hey, question for other parents that might be watching. Did you ever play Trouble or Sorry with your kids and you come to a point where you're going to land on one of his and send him back home, but you know the kid's going to have a tantrum if you do that? So you either miscount or you do something. You know, I used to hate that about more so with Trouble. More so with Trouble, that I would land on the kids and send you back to the beginning, and you would get mad. It's like, sorry, I'm just playing the game.
Diane gave me her games. She also gave me a little story time with them. She said Monopoly, even when played over 3 days.
Yeah, yes. Okay.
She said Yahtzee, because as a teen, a guy I crushed on and I played for kisses.
Ooh.
There you go. I guess
right.
Interesting. And Candyland, because it's easy to cheat to let a 3-year-old win and speed up the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Candyland was another one. It's like, oh, am I going to send him back? Or I can't do that.
Let's see. Do we have any more here? Justin, playing War as a card game? Yeah, I think we played War so much as kids that, like, I don't know, that game
kind of burned out.
Kind of bores me now.
Yeah.
Gary says categories. I think I've only played that game once.
I don't think I've ever played it.
Kat, no. Is that what we played at your apartment that one time? Was that categories? If it was, that was pretty fun.
I know you kids love game night. Sarah has.
We do. That's the one thing that stinks about not living in the same state. I wish we could have like a weekly game night.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Can you do it virtually? Can we do it on Zoom?
Gail said, we laugh so much playing Malarkey, you make up definitions for a word, and then everyone has to guess which definition is correct. That sounds like a fun game.
Yeah. I was just looking.
Definitions that the kids come up with are priceless.
I was just Googling it. Yeah, that does look fun.
I think we might have to try it. I think we need a board game budget now.
We just met on the other budget. Now we have to.
Trish is out there. Trish, we need a board game budget.
Board game budget. Board game budget.
She didn't say anything, but I'm taking that as a yes.
Okay.
Okay. If I missed any, let me know. Let me know.
We'll run that on Facebook today. What is your favorite board game or your top 3? And probably get some interesting answers. Look forward to that. So is this Gary's favorite now? Don't tell me. Florida?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This started, I don't know, a long time ago. I noticed, and many other people did, a lot of these wacky stories come from the state of Florida. And if you're a new viewer, once again, thank you. Hello, welcome. And you're saying, oh, they pick on people in Florida. That's not nice. Well, we have some viewers in Florida, and one that used to live there who says, no, that's right. That's
about right.
Yeah. Yep. All right, don't tell me, Florida. A man in Florida was indicted for shooting down a law enforcement drone. A 51-year-old man was formally indicted after admitting to deputies he shot a sheriff's office drone out of the sky with a rifle. He told them the drones were harassing him before also admitting he was not legally allowed to have a gun as he was a felon. A man in Florida was arrested for trying to rob a Waffle House with finger guns. The man walked into the Waffle House with his dog and started shouting, "Get on the ground, you're all getting robbed." He did not appear to have any weapons, but he did raise his hands with his fingers in the shape of a gun.
Do you think he meant to do like the fingers in the pocket thing and just forgot?
To keep in the pocket.
Yeah.
He also admitted that he was high and drunk before grabbing some napkins and walking out.
Wow. So what a savage. He stole some napkins.
Police later found him at his home and arrested him. So
did they return the napkins?
It doesn't say. Doesn't say. There was also a story. I don't know why I got rid of it. There was a story about a guy who broke into a house in Florida and stole a Mountain Dew.
Guy was thirsty.
That's all he stole.
I was thirsty.
That's all he stole. So he was charged with breaking and entering, I think, because you just can't do that.
I think if I was ever a thief, I would do that. I would take the things that you would like randomly realize. Like I would take the remote to your TV, just so that like you'd be like, where did I put the remote?
Where'd it go?
I wouldn't steal anything that would seriously cause you pain. You know,
like
but the remote. I would take the
jewelry
remote.
Or family heirloom.
Think about the stress that they would have for the upcoming weeks when they're looking for this remote and they can't find it everywhere.
Think how many times they would look in the cushions, even though they know it's not there. It's got to be in the cushions.
Like imagine if I stole the remote from this family, you and Trish would. Like she would accuse you every day. Like where'd you put the remote?
Where'd you leave it?
And you'd be like, I didn't. Where'd you put the remote? Like imagine how hilarious that would be. That's the thief I would be. I would walk into your bedroom and steal like your belt, or I would steal one shoelace.
One shoelace.
One shoe. That's a little noticeable.
Okay.
If I steal one shoelace, you're sitting there like, what did I do when I was drunk last night? Like, what?
Charlie, did you eat a shoelace?
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Trying to think of other good ones.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just steal one thing, huh?
Yeah. I would just walk in and I would steal.
Could you mess up their coffee, like steal part of the Keurig?
I would steal the toilet paper roll from the toilet paper, and then you'd just be sitting there like,
what?
Who made a toilet paper roll without the roll?
Yeah.
And then it would like unravel very uneven because it doesn't have the roll in the middle.
Factory rejects.
That's me. Yeah. That's the thief I would be.
Just a couple of entertainment stories before we wrap up today. Jason Sudeikis revealed that he is related to George Wendt from Cheers. The Ted Lasso star says Wendt is his mother's younger brother, so that's his uncle, right? Sudeikis also revealed why he doesn't go by his first name. His first name is actually Daniel. He's actually Daniel Sudeikis. He says that that's also his dad's name. And his mom decided to call him Jason, so they knew which one she was yelling at.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So he stayed with Jason. And Kate Beckinsale revealed what caused her devastating back injury last month. It was caused by putting on her leggings. The actor said, having done 800 or 900 action movies, I hurt myself putting on a pair of leggings in my hotel room. She added, I was in my hotel room putting on a pair of leggings, and it felt like a sort of guitar string snapped, and everything was horrible. I mean, worse than having a baby. Bad. I couldn't walk. I couldn't lie down. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't do anything. Beckinsale is in Los Angeles filming a new movie, Prisoner's Daughter, or she was in Las Vegas at the time of the incidents. All right. Do we have any other chats before we say sayonara for today?
Let's see. Gail did say check the thrift store for board games, which is a good idea.
But wouldn't they have like one missing part or something like that?
Not necessarily. I'm sure they check that. It might have a missing part.
Okay.
Isn't that part of the fun?
Mm-hmm.
She also said my personal favorite definition. This is going back to malarkey.
Okay.
Personal favorite definition is a chicken in love with a middle-aged horse. And I've been sitting here trying to figure out what the word is. No idea. So please tell me, because that is going to drive me insane.
So that's a definition of...
You make up a definition for words, and they have to guess the word. I have no idea what that would be. A chicken in love with a middle-aged horse.
It's going to bother me all day.
Yeah. Please let us know.
Okay.
Please type it in. I type it in the chat.
Maybe we'll finally get the answer.
Diane said, lived in Florida 12 years. I can attest to the fact that wacky shit goes on down there. There you go. There you go right there. And Justin says, you got to do what you got to do for a Mountain Dew. He also said, I'll be expecting compensation for that new slogan. You should. You should hit up Mountain Dew.
You got to do what you got to do.
Trademark that while you can. And yeah, that's perfect.
All right.
But please let us know about the chicken thing. I'm curious. I'm curious.
It's going to bother me all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it will have it by the end of the thought for the day. So we'll see.
Okay. That'll do it for today. Hopefully we started your day off on a good note, because that's our goal here. It's what we try to do. If you enjoy what we do, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss any future shows. We're live on YouTube weekday mornings at 8 o'clock. You can catch it anytime, of course, during the day. And we're also available on all of your favorite podcast apps. And don't forget, you can reach us anytime. Your calls and comments are welcome at 774-473-9910. Tomorrow is Friday, so if you have any Feel-Good Friday stories, if it's easier for you to tell the story, you can call that number. We'll play your voicemail back tomorrow. If it's easier, or if you want, you can write it and email it to us or mention it in the comments. 774-473-9910. Do we have the answer yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Our thought for the day, where you are in a few months depends on what you do today. All right. No matter what, we hope you go out and make it a great day.
Hopefully we'll have the answer for you tomorrow. Gail, let us know. But we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.